I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this next week, I'll do this next year. You're suffering from procrastination. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Leanne and today we're going to be talking about procrastination. I said it. Procrastination. You're suffering from procrastination. It's just pushing things for, like, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this next week. I'm going to do this next year. Just pushing everything for later. That's procrastination, if you didn't know. That's procrastination and you're suffering from it. So we're going to talk about how to actually get rid of it and how to avoid it. Oh yeah, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. Number one, environment. First of all, you already know that your environment affects 100% of everything that you do, okay? It affects how you think, it affects your mood, it affects a lot. So your environment, that's the first thing. If you want to avoid procrastination, your environment, okay? And I know you've heard this before, but like I always say, nothing is new under the sun, okay? Nothing is new under the sun. So, number one, stay away from your bed. Just stay away. If it's not sleeping time, stay away from your bed. Because the bed is for you to sleep, and when you go in your bed, you're telling your brain it's time to sleep. So even if you are productive for, let's say, the first 30 minutes, you're going to slowly start falling asleep. A bed is very comfortable. Do you know that when you're comfortable, that's when you're the laziest? And when you're not comfortable, that's when you're not the laziest. That's when you're the most productive. If you're comfortable with the situation, you're most likely not gonna get out of it. Okay. But at the moment you're uncomfortable, you start looking for ways to change it and blah 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 blah. So yes, your environment. Stay away from your bed if it's not sleeping time. Number two, dress up to study. For example, if you want to study and you think going on the bed is the best thing to do, you're lying to yourself. Don't study on your bed. I'm sure you have a study table. Go there, sit there, and change from your nice dress or your pajamas. Just remove them, because when you're wearing them, again, it's just like the bed situation. When you're wearing them, you're telling your mind it's time to sleep. So even if you're productive for 30 minutes, after that you start falling asleep. Number three, always declutter your study table. Yes, I said it. It's very tempting, especially if you're studying at night. It's very tempting to just get up and just leave everything the way it is. No, declutter. Pick your pens, pick your books, pick everything. And tomorrow you start on a clean slate. Do you know, it's more powerful for your brain to think that it's starting afresh than for it to think that it's continuing. Exactly. If you start thinking like that, and if you start making sure that your table is looking as if you're starting afresh, you're not going to struggle that much with procrastination, because your mind will be excited to even get the things done. Number two, relationships. Yeah, I know. It seems like it doesn't have that much of an effect, but it does. For example, I'm going to talk about friendships. If you have a friend that is always talking about the past, just I was this, and I know it's very easy to identify those people, but it's also very hard to notice that you're becoming that person too. And I'm going to admit, I was that person for a certain period of time. But then I sat down one day and I thought to myself, do I want to be I was? No, I don't want to be an I was kind of a person. So if you have friends that always talk about the past, respectfully distance yourself from them. Don't put emotions into this. Just distance yourself from them. And it's not because you're being mean or anything, but it's more important for you to get the things that you're supposed to get done than for you to keep a friendship like that, okay? It's very sad to hear. I know it's hard to do, but trust me, you will feel much better if you have friends that are different. I'm going to talk about those type of friends, okay? So you want to stay away from friends that talk about the past. Then there are also friends that always talk about the now, right? Not that it's wrong. It's not wrong. You should live in the moment. You should live in the present, but you should not lose sight of the future, okay? So if you're always about, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? There are some friends that they will literally, in my previous video I talked about peer pressure. They will literally talk about, just focus on today. Like, it's all about today. We're just going to drink today. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about tomorrow you're gonna have a headache. Or no, it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't always focus on today. As much as you should live in the present and enjoy the present, you should not lose sight of the future. You should always know that I want to achieve that, I want to get to here, I want to do this, I want to do that. Now, the third type of friend under friendships, on how to avoid procrastination. If you have a friend that's always talking about the future, there's also a red flag there. They never appreciate the present. They are just thinking of the future. Like, I just wish that I had this. I just wish that I had this. But when I have this, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And then they lose sight of the present as well. Do you know why it's important? Because your present is going to become your past, right? And then your future is going to become your present. But if you do not appreciate your present, you will never enjoy the future. Do you get it? I don't know if that makes sense. To me, it makes sense. It makes sense in my head. If you don't appreciate the present is going to become the past, right? And then the future is going to become the present. Now, if the future becomes the present, you're not going to enjoy the present. Therefore, the present will become the past. So yeah, you should always find a balance. As much as you should enjoy the present, you should cherish the old memories. You should also focus on the future. So you should find friends that talk about the future and also live in the present. If you have gotten this far and you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also comment down below, what kind of a friend are you? Because like I said before, it's very easy to point out and say that this type of friend is like this person's like this. But have you done an introspection on yourself? Find out what kind of a friend you are. And you're always a work in progress, so you should always improve yourself. Do your best to make sure that you are improving as you go. You're not meant to be in one place all the time. You're meant to grow, you're meant to progress and all that. So yes, so if you are that friend, you should seek change, you should seek improvement, you should seek growth and progress. Tongue twister. Okay, so now the last tip for today. If you've gotten this far, just comment down below. Just comment which one's your favorite tip, or what is it that you need to implement a little bit more. Now, the last tip for today, discipline. Yeah, discipline. I know a lot of people say, oh, I really do want to buy a car, but I really do want to do this, but do you know that you cannot rely on motivation? Motivation is just enough to get you started. It can just get you started. It's like the beginning of the curve, right? So motivation will get you started, but what will keep you going is discipline. Okay, and we're gonna also talk about the things that build discipline. Number one, accountability. If you're always making excuses for everything, how are you going to be accountable? If you're not accountable, you're not going to have discipline. Okay, you're just going to blame the situation, blame everything else around you except for you, because you never do anything wrong, and therefore you won't have the discipline. Therefore you're going to continue procrastinating. And you should have a goal in mind. If you I know we always talk about this, like I said again, nothing is new under the sun. So you should know that along with having goals, you should always ask yourself every day, what have I done to get closer to this goal today? What have I done? And that is actually linked with taking accountability for everything that you do. You ask yourself, what have I done today that has taken me closer to my goal? Okay, because as you go, every day may be like this, but over the years it's actually an exponential graph. If you don't know your math, just click off this video. We're not friends. We're not friends. Number 3, habits. So what else builds discipline? Habits. Okay, habits. Do you know that if you spend 30 days, it takes 30 days to make a habit and to also destroy one. If you take 30 days from today and decide, I'm going to do this one thing every single day, and you take accountability, take responsibility for all your actions, and if you fail, you start again. That is what will build the discipline that we're talking about. Okay, have a routine, have habits. Okay, develop them. It's never too late to start in life. I know most of the times you may be like, oh, but I've gotten so far, I feel like I've fallen away so much. No, you can always start afresh. Your life. And it doesn't even have to be at the beginning of the year, because I know We all go through this, and I actually want to talk about this. Okay, this is off topic, but we always go through this, right? The first 3 months of the year, you're determined, you're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're drinking water, and then as time goes on, you start losing that thing. You just forget that you have a goal and what. So I understand that it's very hard. So that's why I said it's always, you can start at any point in time, any time of the year. It doesn't have to be the beginning of the year. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.